Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. I thank you again for joining me. Today, I want to talk about the New World Bible translation that the Jehovah Witnesses use. And I'm here basically to warn you about it. It's not a good translation. They tampered with Scripture when Scripture says in many instances, you do not add or subtract from Scripture just to suit your doctrines or dogmas or whatever. But anyways, everybody, we all know we've been around Jehovah Witnesses, come to the door and everything. And, they bombard you with the scriptures before you have time to really sink it in or think about it or anything else. It's kind of like fast talk, like used car salesmen, basically that's trying to sell you something. And, sometimes you don't know. Most people are Bible literate anyways, but the ones that aren't, it's still kind of confusing because that's what they try to do, is bombard you with all kinds of scriptures. Now, and if they're using their scriptures, you've really got to be worried because there's a lot of added words on there, words taken out, mistranslations and everything else. And I'm going to point one or two of them out to you. So, as we know that, for an instance, Jehovah's believe that Yeshua was a created being. In fact, they think he was the Archangel Michael that you've read about in the Old Testament. They think he's him. They think he's a created being, And anyways, for one, if you go to John chapter 1 and 3, you go there, read that, and gives you an idea of that Yeshua was not just a created being like an angel. Angels are created beings. We're created beings. But Yeshua was different, He's a son of Yahweh. And anyways, go to John 1, verse 3, and check it out for yourself. But the other one I want to talk about is Colossians 1, verse 16 to 17. I'm going to read this in my Bible first, and we'll go to the New World Translation and explain this stuff to you. Okay, it says here in the Colossians 1:16, I'm starting out. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they are thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Now this, like I said to John, they go against the doctrine of the Jehovah's Witnesses. And it's no surprise that they'd want to twist the scriptures around a little bit. So I'm going to go to the New World Translation Bible right here. Colossians again. I'm going to go there. And, of course, I've got the little one of their little Bibles right here, and it's kind of hard. The words are little. I'm just going to kind of squint to look at this. But in here, I'm going to go to the 16th. See, let me look. 16th, and I'll read this. Because by means of him, all other things were created in the heavens and upon the earth, the things visible and the things invisible, no matter whether they are thrones or lordships or governments or authorities, all other things have been created through him and for him. Also, he is before all other things, and by means of him all other things were made to exist. So the key words here, and this is an older translate a version. This is edition whatever. And every time you heard the word other, it's got brackets. It's brackets. And it's separate. Yeah, and that means it's not in the original text. It's not an original text. It's an added word for their doctrines. So it distorts the truth of what the scripture is really saying about Yeshua. And like I said, because by means of him all other things were created. They're trying to, set it up to where he ain't really who he said he's a created being. But here, in the regular scriptures, it says polar opposite. It's different. And what I've learned the past several years, the word other in these, they've taken the brackets out and put it as a regular word, added it in there. And now somebody new to the faith would be confused and deceived by this translation. Before, they had the little brackets in there to try to obviously say, this wasn't in the original, but now they went a step further and added it. They added their word to fit their beliefs and their doctrines and everything. And that's not right. Whoever did it wrong. It's not right at all. And this book, it's got a bunch of errors in it. Translation, they added words, taking stuff out to suit their own needs. And I just wanted to warn you about this. I mean, it's very important. I mean, this ain't my, I got this Bible a long time ago, free. I forget how I got it, but I decided to keep it, and I don't use it as a study method or anything like that. I use it as an example. An example. It's not a right translation. It's not. And I'm just warning you, don't believe in that translation. That's probably one of the most dangerous translations you can ever get. I talked about in my other videos that there's other translations that, mistranslate or the wording's not right or something, but this one is obviously a dangerous one. It's heresy, and I would not mess with this translation or the Jehovah Witness organization or anything like that. And you study them up yourself, study up them scriptures. And if you have one of those old little Jehovah Witness Bibles, man, look through it and compare it with your own scriptures, and you see that I'm right. And I could have probably spent maybe an hour or 2 hours if I, dug into more scriptures and explained it to you. But, I just figured one or two start out would help you out. But, you got to stay away from this. This is a wrong scripture, and, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived at all. And anyways, I'm just wanted to warn you because it was my duty, my faithful duty to do that, So anyways, thank you again for joining me. And please give me a big thumbs up and hit that notification bell. And also, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, and you can put some comments below. Let me know what you think or what you found. And, if you, compare the scriptures and everything, let me know about the Jehovah Witness scriptures and whatever. And please watch my other videos. But until we meet again, peace out and shalom, and I thank you again.